Welcome back guys to another Clash Royale video. Today we're trying out one of the funnest decks that I've used since this game launched. If you watched yesterday's video where we used the Giant and the Musketeer, today we're upping the ante by like 200%. We're using the Golem and the 3 Musketeer combo. This deck is ridiculous guys. Average elixir cost of 4.4. The Golem and the 3 Musketeers together cost a total of 17 elixir. Adding in the Rage Spell, that's a 20 elixir push, so it's really crazy, but you know what guys, it's a ton of fun watching a tower get destroyed in a couple of seconds by some Musketeers. So we're going to go into some replays in just a second. First, if you look at the top there guys, I did end up spending some of the gems that I've earned in this game on some gold. I've just been getting really behind on my upgrades, so I spent my gems, and I want to be able to use some of the new cards that were balanced today, so that's why I did that. And if you guys are short on gold and you're a free-to-play player, I would recommend spending your gems on gold just because there's really no way to grind out that gold, and it's the biggest constraint right now for upgrading and progressing. But let's go ahead and start opening up some of these chests here. Starting with these free chests, of course. Just really looking for some gold and some epics. Hog Rider, almost able to upgrade that. That's kind of cool. What else have we got in here? Nothing crazy. Moving on to this crown chest here. Obviously more golden gems. Nothing too crazy there. 2 more chests left here, guys. Golden Inferno Tower and some mortar. And finally, we have some gold. 3 wizards, that's pretty crazy. And finally, goblins. Alright guys, that's it for the chest opening. Let's take a look at some of those replays. So this first replay, guys, was really crazy. It was against somebody else using the 3 Musketeer combo. They also had a P.E.K.K.A. in their deck, so it was a P.E.K.K.A., 3 Musketeers versus a Golem and the 3 Musketeers. But right at the start here, I don't really have anything strong to start with, so I'm going to wait for him to make the first move. He drops the 3 Musketeers right off the bat. I don't have anything to defend it, unfortunately. My Fireball is way in the back of my deck, so I have to kind of drop my Cannon, my Goblin, and my Rage Spell there, which defended okay, but it kind of cost me more elixir than I think it was worth, because he's got a 1 elixir advantage right now. But it was okay considering how bad it could have been. So right now we're just going to wait a second, probably drop down an elixir pump and get the elixir flowing, considering how much the Golem and the 3 Musketeer cost together. Right now he's got a huge strong push coming here, Minion Horde and Spear Goblins. My Fireball was a little late coming up there, so we did take some damage to that tower, and overall, not up to a great start here. He's got another elixir advantage here, so he's going to go ahead, drop down his P.E.K.K.A. here, and start setting up a push. Now watch what he does here. I did a video guys on the P.E.K.K.A. and the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the skeleton army. He's got the big P.E.K.K.A. and the skeleton army. Pretty crazy push, but I'm going to do a pretty good job defending here. I drop my Spear Goblins, which are going to take out that skeleton army. I drop my 3 Musketeers. They're going to do some crazy work on that P.E.K.K.A. there. Watch how fast they bring that P.E.K.K.A. down, guys. And now I've got 2 Musketeers left over, and they're going to do a split push. And he's going to drop the cannon here to try and defend this. But the Musketeer's range, guys, is actually greater than the cannon, so it was a huge waste for him. He wasted that 3 elixir for that cannon there, and I got a couple of shots off on his towers, so pretty good for me. Now I've got 2 elixir pumps down, which is crucial for how this deck works out, because it's got a huge elixir cost with the Golem and the 3 Musketeers. So having those elixir pumps down for late game is going to be very important. Now I'm going to go in with my Golem and try and set up a push here. Watch what he does here, guys. He sets up his 3 Musketeers way in the back, trying to get a strong push set up there. I'm going to go ahead and Fireball, take out all those Musketeers, and do some damage to his tower. So now things really aren't looking that good for him. I drop my 3 Musketeers in the back, and I use my little skeletons to distract that P.E.K.K.A. And I drop that Rage Spell. Now watch this, guys. Watch how much damage I'm able to do here in a couple of seconds with that Golem, those Musketeers, and those Spear Goblins. That tower is dead. And he doesn't have enough elixir to defend this, guys. The thing with this deck is once you get that push kind of started, it's really hard for your opponent to defend against it. So now I've got my Golem up front. I've got 6 Musketeers down, guys. Watch how fast they take out this King Tower. Just destroyed it in a couple of seconds. Super crazy. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead, take a look at the next replay. So this next replay, guys, was against an Expo user, and I really feel like this deck could be a pretty strong counter to the Expo deck, just because the Golem has so much health. But right at the start here, we're going to play it slow, wait for him to make the first move. He drops his elixir pump down, so we're going to also drop our elixir pump down and kind of give him the thumbs up, and well played. And so right at the start here, I kind of suspected he was an Expo user, There's a couple of signs you guys can watch out for at the beginning of every battle. They're kind of signs to point that they are using the Expo. Stuff like the Elixir Pump in the middle, the Tesla down with those Barbarians way in the back to set up a push. Kind of just point towards being an Expo user. So I'm going to play it slow here. I got my Golem going up on the right hand side. I drop my cannon to help take out those barbs. Now he drops his minion horde here, which is the one weakness that this deck has. It doesn't really have any quick counter to the minion horde. We do have our Fireball, but it's 4 Elixir, and you know it's 1 card to counter that minion horde. So sometimes you're not going to always have it up on your hand. So he has that minion horde coming in there. My towers are able to take it out, so I drop a second pump way in the back here. What I did was I just waited till he dropped his pump, and since I knew he was down 5 Elixir, I used my pump as well. And now our Golem is back up. We're going to go ahead and drop that on the right hand side. And just try and set up a push here depending on what he does. He drops the Tesla in the middle to try and defend against this Golem. Now watch this, guys. The Expo on the left hand side, normally it would lock onto the Golem on the right, but because they reduced the range of it, it goes straight for that tower. And watch this, guys. Watch these 3 Musketeers take out this Expo. He drops a ton of troops trying to defend his Expo, but my 3 Musketeers tear through all that stuff, take out the Expo, and now he's got no Elixir left to defend. I drop a Rage Spell. He uses a Fireball to try and counter, but my Musketeers are able to go in and do some pretty solid damage to that tower. His tower is down to 1300 health. We also have a Golem on the right hand side doing some damage to his tower. Now I could use those Spear Goblins to go in there on the right and do some extra damage to that tower, but I decided to play it safe and play it slow and drop another pump there. And right now he's going to reset, drop another pump, drop another Tesla right in the middle. We're going to go ahead and drop our Golem on the left hand side this time, because that seems to be where he's focusing with the Expo. Now those 3 Musketeers are able to take out that minion horde pretty quick, and now we have a really strong push going on here. He drops the Fireball. Unfortunately for him, it does not kill all my Musketeers. My Musketeers are able to go in there and take out that tower in a couple of seconds. Things are looking really good for us right now. We're going to go ahead and use that Fireball, take care of those barbs, but of course he still has that minion horde, and now we don't really have anything at this point to counter that minion horde, so we're forced to use our Golem to distract all of that. Now our tower is down to 700 health, so all we have to kind of do is just defend that one tower for 9 more seconds. He's going to try and take the Fireball and to take out that tower, but it's not enough. So at this point, it's pretty much good game for him. That was a 1 crown victory for us against the Expo, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next replay. So here we are with that last replay, guys. Now this one was against another person using the 3 Musketeers. I've been seeing a lot of people using this card since the update, just because it's a ton of fun and it does a crazy amount of damage. So right at the start here, we don't really have a strong starting hand. Nothing we can really push with. We don't have our pump out or our cannon, so we're forced to drop our Spear Goblins there. And just kind of wait to see what he does. He drops his Princess there. I'm gonna go ahead and Fireball that. I don't unfortunately have the arrow, so I have to use my Fireball to take that out. So right now he drops his Giant, and he's gonna start setting up a slow push there. So I'm gonna counter with my Golem in the back there, because I know my 3 Musketeers can take out that Giant pretty quick. At this point in the game, I didn't know that he also had the 3 Musketeers. So there he goes. He drops that behind there. Really crazy. I don't have my Fireball because I used that on the Princess, unfortunately. But now I know I have to save that Fireball for the Musketeers. So his Musketeers are going to do some crazy damage to my Golem. My Musketeers are going to do some damage to his Giant. And right now it's just really a battle of the Musketeers. We got 6 Musketeers just doing work to each other right here. Fortunately for mine, I have the Crown Tower in there as well, so mine win there. But I have 2 Musketeers going in there. He drops his Skeleton Army, which throughout this battle you're going to see is a really strong counter to my Musketeers. So I'm going to completely ignore those Skeletons there. They're going to do some a little bit of damage to my tower, but I just really focus on getting that pump down and start getting the Elixir flowing for the late game. And now that I know he has a Giant, I'm going to go ahead and drop the cannon right in the middle there, just in case he tries to go in with a Giant. But unfortunately for me, he does have that Princess, and the Princess is able to take out the cannon from his own base. So I have to kind of take that into consideration. He drops his Princess way in the back there. I thought about fireballing it for half a second there, but I did realize or remember that he had the 3 Musketeers, so I have to save my Fireball for that. So unfortunately I have to sacrifice that cannon and wait for that Princess to get in there and lock onto my tower before I can drop these Skeletons, which are going to take it out. And so that Princess is dead now. Now I gotta push on the left hand side with my Golem and my 3 Musketeers behind him. He's got his Musketeers down, and fortunately for me, I saved that Fireball just for that. Take out all those Musketeers. Drop my Rage Spell. Now watch this, guys. I did say that that Skeleton Army was a great counter for my 3 Musketeer push. Fortunately, my Golem is able to get in there and get a couple of hits off on that tower, but not too much damage there. Now he's got another Princess coming in there. So I'm going to wait just to have a second here. I dropped my pump in the back there, which was super risky, but I didn't want to drop my cannon yet because the Princess would just lock on there. And right there, guys, I used my 4 Elixir Firebolts to take out his 3 Musketeers and his Princess. It was a huge Elixir gain for myself. Now I dropped my Golem here because he's got a Skeleton Army coming in, and I don't really have anything there to take it out. And I kind of waste that Golem. Those Skeletons are going to do some pretty crazy damage to that Golem. I could have dropped something to defend it, but I wanted to save up for those 3 Musketeers. So now I've got a really strong push coming in here. My Musketeers are going to take out that Giant pretty quick. They're going to go in there, do some damage. But once again, he's got that Skeleton Army, which is going to take out all of my Musketeers. Really strong counter there. But fortunately, I have my Golem back up, and I'm going to start setting up, once again, another push with that Golem. So he's going to go over, start making his way across the bridge there. I'm going to wait, save up for my Musketeers, throw them in behind him. And now I have my Fireball up, thankfully, to take out all of his Musketeers. And at this point, he's got no Elixir to defend here, so it is going to be a good game. I dropped the Rage Spell, take out that tower, and that's going to do it for him. Anyways, guys, I had a ton of fun using this deck. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want, make sure to subscribe because I will be putting out new Clash Royale stuff every single day. And anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.